Members, good afternoon. It's the appointed time for the meeting of the House Committee. We have a quorum. So I call the meeting to order. Item 1, matters arising. The Chief Secretary said with the 2024 legislative session coming to a close, the government's legislative work would proceed with full vigor, involving further bills to be tabled in Legico in an orderly way, covering key areas such as cybersecurity, transport, and people's lives. The CS expressed confidence in Legico members' continued work in scrutinizing bills with quality and efficiency. He also pledged full government support for Legico's work. Item 2, Legal Service Division reports on bills. On today's agenda are 4 bills referred to at the House Committee under Rule 54(4) of the Rules of Procedure. 1. Protection of Critical Infrastructures Computer Systems Bill. That's paper LS74/2024. Will the legal advisor please brief us on the bill? Thank you, Madam Chair. This bill is for a new ordinance. This is about bringing in a new statutory regime to protect the security of the computer systems of our critical infrastructures. So for operators of the computer systems of these critical infrastructures, some requirements will apply, and those requirements include defining critical infrastructures, empowering the chief executive to appoint a commissioner for critical infrastructures. These operators also have certain statutory responsibilities to meet, and there are also penalties. For details, members can refer to paragraphs 4 to 15 in the paper. This bill, once approved, will commence operation on a date to be appointed by the Secretary for Security by a Gazette notice. In July this year, the administration consulted the panel on security. Members generally supported the bill, but also expressed some concerns. The Legal Service Division is scrutinizing the legal and drafting aspect of the bill. This bill seeks to introduce a new statutory regime to protect Hong Kong's computer systems in our critical infrastructures. Members may wish to form a bills committee to study the bill in detail. That's all from me. Thank you. Thank you. So does any member wish to form a bills committee to study the bill? Mr. Ronick Chen, Mr. Lai Tong Kwok, Ms. Elizabeth Kwok. More than 3 members have raised their hands. Will our clerk note the members who put up their hands, and then we will circulate the paper for members to sign up. The second bill, Inland Revenue Amendment, Tax Deductions for Assisted Reproductive Services Expenses Bill 2024. That's LC paper LS75/2024. Will the legal advisor brief us on this bill? This bill amends the Inland Revenue Ordinance to give effect to a proposal in the 2023 policy address. So for qualifying expenses on assisted reproductive services, there will be tax deductions under salaries tax and personal assessment. For details, members can refer to paragraphs 4 to 11. The bill, once passed, will take effect on the day it is gazetted. In March this year, the government consulted the panel on health services. Members generally supported the bill, but also expressed some concerns. The LSD is scrutinizing the legal and drafting aspect of the bill. Since the bill seeks to introduce a new tax deduction for qualifying AR service expenses, members may wish to form a bills committee to study the bill in detail. That's all from me. Thank you. So, a question for members. Does anyone wish to form a bills committee to study this bill? Please raise their hands. For those who do, Mr. Benson Look, Mr. Kwok Wai Keung, Mr. Kenneth Leung, more than 3 members. So will the clerk please note those members and circulate the paper for members to sign up. 3. Protection of the Harbour Amendment Bill 2024. That's LC paper number LS76/2024. Will the legal advisor brief us on this bill? Thank you, Madam Chair. This bill seeks to amend the Protection of the Harbour Ordinance to bring in a new mechanism to regulate reclamation. So first, there will be a statutory procedure for proponents to prepare a report on whether the project contains overriding public interest. And the Chief Executive in Council has to decide whether the presumption can be rebutted. The bill also covers a mechanism to exempt harbor enhancement reclamations and harbor non-permanent reclamations from that presumption with permission from the Financial Secretary. For details, members can refer to paragraphs 4 to 12. The bill, once passed, will take effect on the day the bill is gazetted. The panel on development was consulted on this in March last year and in June this year. Members generally supported the bill and expressed various views. The LSD is scrutinizing the legal and drafting aspect of the bill. The bill seeks to make significant changes to the reclamation regime under Cap 531, so members may wish to form a bills committee to study the bill in detail. That's all from me. Members who wish to form a bills committee to study the bill, please raise their hands. Mr. Stephen Ho, Mr. Ring Kong, Mr. Perry Yu, and more members. So will the clerk please note the members? Let's circulate the paper for members to sign up. The fourth bill, Road Tunnels Government Amendment Bill 2024, LS 77/2024. Will the legal advisor brief us on this bill, please? This bill seeks to amend the Road Tunnels Government Ordinance Cap 368. Starting from 31st of May next year, the government will take back the Tai Lam Tunnel. That will become a government tunnel. And then under this ordinance, that tunnel will be regulated. This bill will also set new tolls for the tunnel. Now, for private cars, motorcycles, and motor tricycles, there will be time-varying tolls. For details, member may refer to paragraphs 4 to 7 and also the appendix. Once passed, this bill will take effect on the 31st of May 2025. Earlier this year, in July, the panel on transport was consulted. Members generally supported the bill, but they expressed concerns about the toll levels. The LSD is examining the legal and drafting aspect of the bill. This bill seeks to adjust the toll levels of the Tai Lam Tunnel, and given the concerns of the panel, members may wish to form a bills committee to study the bill. That's all from me. Thank you, legal advisor. Members who wish to form a bills committee to look at the bill in detail, please raise their hands. Mr. Chen Xiu-hong, Mr. Frankie Yik, Mr. Gary Zhang. More than 3 members raised their hands. So will the clerk please note the members, and then we'll circulate the paper for members to sign up. Item 3, business for the council meeting of the 18th of December 2024. That's next Wednesday. So at the council meeting next week, we will have questions, and 3 government bills will receive their first reading. 1, we have the stablecoins bill. 2, we have the ozone layer protection amendment bill 2024. Followed by 3, Private Columbarium Amendment Bill 2024. The House Committee will consider these 3 bills at the meeting on the 3rd of January 2025. 2 government bills will resume second reading debate. They are the Inland Revenue Amendment Tax Deductions for Leased Premises, Reinstatement and Allowances for Buildings and Structures Bill 2024. And 2, Construction Industry Security of Payment Bill. So at our meeting last week, members took note of the report made by the bills committees for those 2 bills. 3 members' motions. A motion on taking forward red tourism and the panda economy in Hong Kong to be moved by Mr. Brave Chan. A motion on actively responding to economic transformation and maintaining a favorable business environment to be moved by Mr. Jeffrey Lam, and a motion to take note of a report of the House Committee on consideration of subsidiary legislation and other instruments to be moved by Mr. Chen Kin-po. That report being number 22/2024. The motions to be moved by Mr. Brave Chen and Mr. Chen Kin-po are standover items from the council meeting on the 11th of December. Now, apart from that, we also have another report. That's report number 23/2024. That will be laid on the table at the council meeting next week. Those 2 reports will set out 2 pieces of subsidiary legislation with the deadline for amendment expiring on that date. No member has expressed the wish to speak on the subsidiary legislation. Now we come to item 4, advance information on business for the council meeting on the 8th of January 2025. proposed resolution under Section 9 of the Criminal Procedure Ordinance to be moved by the Deputy Secretary for Justice. That's LS 78/2024. Will the legal advisor brief us on the proposed resolution? This proposed resolution seeks LegCo's approval of the criminal procedure appeal against ruling of no case to answer rules. Last year, the Criminal Procedure Amendment Bill 2023 was passed. That brought in a mechanism for the Secretary for Justice to appeal against rulings that a defendant has no case to answer made by a CFI judge in criminal trials with a jury. The proposed resolution this time is about the appeal procedures, the use of language, for example, the use of specified forms, and requirements on service. For details, members can refer to paragraph 4. In July this year, an information paper was circulated to members of the Panel on Administration of Justice and Legal Services. No issues were raised by members. This proposed resolution, once passed, will come into operation on the day on which the relevant provisions come into operation. The LSD wrote to the administration with questions about certain parts of the rules. For the details, members can refer to paragraph 5, depending on whether members have further comment on this proposed resolution. As for the LSD, we have spotted no drafting or legal problems with the proposed resolution. That's all from me. Now, a question for members. Does any member wish to form a subcommittee to look into this proposed resolution? Those who do, please raise their hands. If not, we move on. The government will move this proposed resolution at the council meeting on the 8th of January 2025. Item 5, position on bills committees and subcommittees. As said, Thursday, the 12th of December, there were in action 3 bills committees, 8 subcommittees under the House Committee, and 3 subcommittees on policy issues under panels. On the waiting list were 3 subcommittees on policy issues. Item 6, any other business? A reminder to members, our next meeting will be on the 3rd of January 2025. That's the 3rd of January. There being no other business, I adjourn the meeting here. Thank you.